Hello, welcome back. Today it's very windy out today, but anyway, let's take a walk through and see what we got on the go at the moment. My colleague is busy doing a repair here for this damaged leather sofa. This is one part, the other two pieces are okay. The seam has split here just through general wear and tear, and it's got greasy and so on. Feel it when you touch. The customer phoned and said the stitching's come apart, which is a relatively straightforward repair. Having said that, we still have to remove the cover to do it, but unfortunately this is not the stitching that's come apart. The leather has torn along the seam there, and it's doing the same again along here. Let me see if I can show you how badly worn it is. There you go. You can just about see the hole there. So we're going to have to stitch this in a good 1/2 inch on each seam. So we're going through some decent leather. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. We should be able to gather it, pull it from the back to the front. So anyway, my colleague's on with ripping that up. We've got another stall order here, which you've seen on previous videos, and this is the stuff for the hospital. Got the back covers cut, the arm covers are cut, 2 covers for the tub chairs are being cut and are sewn up now, so I'll be getting on with covering them relatively shortly. And there's more cushions to be picked up. Customer's going to be in later today, so I'll give you some footage of what's going on. So here we go. Start again. Let's see what comes through the door. Right. Excuse me. So it's time to cut some cushions, or a cushion for this tub chair, one of them for the hospital, and then really need to get on with covering the sofas. I showed you yesterday the repair that was needed on the leather chair. My colleague has ripped it up now so we can get to the chair and repair the damaged stitching on the seam. So I'll just show you that repair there, and the state that we had to get the chair to be able to rectify a repair. Let's have a look. Right, so here is the chair now with the seat stripped out. This is the seat foam. So if you ever have a sofa, a leather sofa with fixed cushions that you say, oh, my seat's collapsed, can you just replace the foam? Well, this is where we have to get it to replace the foam in it. We have to take the cover off, which is over there, to then gain access to the foam, to then replace the foam. A lot of people believe that we can replace this foam from the underside of the chair, but we can't do that. There are a lot of people out there that will do a half job, to put it politely, and just stuff some foam in from the underside by removing the bottom cloth. Let me just see if I can show you what I mean. By removing the bottom cloth and then stuffing foam on top of these springs from the underside to push the original foam up. It's not really the proper way of doing it, but it's the cheapest way, I guess, is the polite way of putting it. So let's have a look at this repair that was done. So this is the break in the leather there where it's worn through. You can see the original seam line here, and this is the new stitching here above it. So we've had to stitch in a good 1/4 inch to try and get past the damage, and to get past the damage which I showed you along here. So that's done now. My colleague will put the chair back together and that will be ready to go back to the customer. I myself are going to be cutting more pads from the gym, need doing this week. This cushion here, chair's been redone as it was, so it's now in the black vinyl. Seat cushion I've got to recover. I'm going to make the seat cushion a little bit shorter because it's hanging over this front edge far too much in my opinion, so we're going to reduce that, and then I need to get on with these two sofas here, get them covered and back to the hospital this week. So let's get on with some cutting. Right, so let me see, that's the cushion cut. These are the parts that are needed for the cushion. So let's just explain to you what we got here. We have a top and a bottom, the front edge here, flat edge. I'll just mark that. Zip border made up of two pieces. Okay, I get the zip sewn down the middle, job done. Then we have the border itself and some piping, which I fortunately already had cut in stock. So let's get on putting this together. We start off by, or I start off just by sewing the zip border up, sewing the zip through the centre, so that's prepped. I then sew the piping onto the top and the bottom, then sew the border on, including the zip. So let's crack on with that. So that's the cushion sewn, filled and in the job. We would normally recommend replacing the cushion frills so we get a better finish on the job, but unfortunately the budget doesn't allow it with this customer. But still, that's the tub chair done and ready. Just the other two tub chairs that are in the slate coloured vinyl to do, and then crack on with the two sofas. Hopefully get this stuff back to the customer this week. Let's carry on from there, and let's see how my partner's getting on with that leather chair repair. So you can just see over my shoulder I'm getting on well with these tub chairs. That's the third one, so that's the final one of the tub chairs to go back to the hospital. And my colleague has just finished off the leather seat repair where the seam had split. You'll have seen earlier in this video. So let's take a look at that now. Right, here you go. This is, we're concerned with the split. This is where the split was, back here. So that's all good now. The seat's back together. Yeah, it could do. It's a bit grubby, but it's going to last them, and that's what the customer wanted. So we'll give it a quick clean up anyway before we send it back, as we always do. There was an awful lot of crisps in this one. And did we find anything interesting? No, just lots of crisps. So there you go. We've repaired that seat best we can. So that's that. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I think we'll leave it there. So please, we really appreciate it if you would subscribe and like and ring the notification bell for latest updates. And we'll see you all soon in the next video. Thanks. Bye bye.